Hi, I'm Kevin Carroll. I'm a music teacher in Austin, Texas, and I teach ukulele, voice, guitar, bass, mandolin, songwriting, music theory, and coming to you from my studio, which I call the Woodshed, the Austin Woodshed. And if you're unfamiliar with that term, woodshedding in music refers to working extremely hard with the intention of making kind of quantum growth. Kind of an old school term, like going to the woodshed and really not coming out of that, and practicing until you had grown as a player. And in the course of a lot of my lessons, I am so lucky and so grateful to get to witness many moments of insight and growth in my students. And I was kind of inspired by Victoria Vox, who's a singer-songwriter and fellow ukulele enthusiast. If you haven't heard of her, you should check her out, who did 52 cover songs in 2011. And now she's doing 52 original songs in 2012, an installment a week basically. And I thought, what could I do? And decided to do Wisdom from the Woodshed, and just do a weekly account of something insightful that happened during the week in my teaching. And this is the first installment, and I'm going to try to keep these very concise. And this one is an interesting thing. I have no idea why it works, but I see that it really does. Not only for beginners, but intermediate players, especially with guitar. So far I've noticed it the most. That there's a tendency when we're learning an instrument or learning a piece to let our eyes dominate what is filtered into the brain. And by that I mean, so oftentimes people are just looking intently, a right-eyed player with their right eye at their left hand and just making sure they get it right, and their posture becomes hard to manage and not very helpful to playing a big plank of wood with steel bits on it. So I've started doing a thing of having students actually put on a blindfold and practice and play pieces. And it's an amazing phenomenon because their posture straightens up and they begin to use their ears, which is a very good resource for a musician. Sadly, I don't think the world reinforces listening well enough. And as a music teacher, something I try to emphasize. So please, I'd love to see a video response from somebody. Practicing with a blindfold makes you play by feel and by ear. And it's a totally different experience. So try that one out, and I'll be back with installment number 2 by next week. All right. Thanks.